Welcome to Makeshift Play, the podcast where we do improvised comedic scenes based on stories and discussion, inspired by some random words. I'm Daniel, and I'm joined by Yanelba.
Happy to be back.
Random words to start us off. These are meant to inspire stories. Bedroom, copper, hand. Bedroom, copper, hand.
So I was talking to a friend of mine a few days ago, and he was telling me about, I believe it's pronounced feng shui, and he started like clearing energy, and it was doing, it was going very well for him and everything. And he gave me some ideas, but I have a very small room, it's very limited where I'm staying now. And he told me that I should not have my back my back to the doors, and that the chairs should not be facing the bed. And then I asked why? Why can't the bed, face the chair? And then he said, "Oh, because a spirit can sit there."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I was just like, well, at night I went to sleep, and then I'm like, oh no, I gotta get up. I'm tired, and I gotta get up, and I gotta move this chair. And the entire night, I don't think I slept because I was thinking like a spirit was gonna be in my room.
I had a friend. This was when I was like 18. A little bit more context. I dropped out of college to play in a rock band. And then I moved to a city right outside Boston with the band. And we found a singer, I think off of Craigslist. And he was like 25, and the rest of us were 18. So he was like old compared to us. And we just shared an apartment. And the idea was, we're going to make it as this rock band. The singer believed he would be visited by a succubus. Have you heard of
What is
that?
that? No.
That is a kind of demon that I guess visits you in the night and it sucks away your sexual energy.
Whoa, okay.
So he was telling me he's occasionally visited by this succubus, and I was like, I don't think that's a thing. And he was like, dude, there's books about it.
Oh, geez. Okay.
But to a bedroom. Oh, my fellow spirit. It seems like the person who sleeps here has made a foolish mistake.
Yes, a very, very foolish mistake.
She left two chairs facing her bed.
Indeed. One for you and one for me.
What a silly girl. Doesn't she know that spirits hate to stand? And we definitely can't move chairs.
Silly, silly girl. She didn't get the memo.
Well, now this is perfect, my fellow spirit. Since we hate to stand, we can sit in these chairs and just watch her as she sleeps.
Yes, we can watch her as she sleeps and we can play with her.
Oh, indeed. I love it how humans will wake up not wearing their socks that they went to sleep with, and they're like, how did that happen? Ah, you probably had chairs facing your bed.
Exactly. And I love when they can't find their slippers. They're somehow in the closet.
Yes, we spirits are incorporeal when it comes to chairs, although we can move slippers.
That we can. We
We can
get,
move slippers, we can move socks, anything that goes on the feet, we can touch it, we can move it.
that's right.
I was thinking of doing something a little crazy tonight. Maybe maybe taking her Ugg boots.
Oh, she just got those and she paid a lot of money for them.
Well, she's gonna learn her lesson. If you go to bed with chairs facing the bed, your footwear will be messed with.
Exactly. I was eyeing those as stiletto heels that she wore for her first day last week. I'm thinking I want to maybe cut them a little so that they're not as high.
Cut to the next morning. Mom, what did you do to my stilettos?
Honey, I didn't touch your stilettos. What are you talking about?
You were saying that I do not look like a proper woman with these high stilettos, and I notice now they're an inch shorter.
Well, I did say that, but I had nothing to do with the change of height. I would never touch your stilettos, honey. Come on.
Well, what am I supposed to believe? Ghosts did it?
Well, they exist, honey. I would never touch your stuff. I mean, I have been reading on something called Feng Shui, and they said something about maybe a chair, but I don't remember exactly. It's something that I have to look up.
I cut to later that night. All right. Mother of the little girl, it's me, the spirit.
Oh,
I have come to collect my payment for adjusting your daughter's stilettos.
oh, that was you. Oh, goodness
Well,
gracious.
mother of the little girl, you left a stool by the bed a week ago, and I heard you speaking to yourself and saying how badly you wish your little girl didn't have such high heels, and I took care of it for you.
You sure did. I mean, I didn't know that wishes can come true. Thank you so much for doing that. How shall I pay you? Do I have to put an altar for you? Do I have to sacrifice? What can I do to repay you?
All I want is your beauty.
Oh, my beauty. Oh, so sweet. This spirit is so sweet. How would I give you my beauty?
Well, if you just kind of let me touch your face, I could kind of suck it off of you, and
Oh,
I'll absorb your beauty.
oh, but then what's gonna happen to my face?
It'll be less beautiful. I'm gonna suck away the beauty, so that yeah, that's I mean that's the side effect.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that, but I know I'm not supposed to mess with spirits and like betray you, so I guess you can touch my face. But
Oh,
wait.
okay,
What do
okay.
I tell my daughter when she sees that I'm less beautiful?
You can just tell her a ghost did it. End scene.
Okay.
Spooky improv.
Okay, so cut to uh roommates that are having a discussion.
Okay.
Oh, so we have to clean this apartment and we have to put some incense because I'm not feeling the energy here.
I don't know what you're talking about, girl. Apartment feels the same as it did yesterday.
No, it feels very heavy. And I'm sensing in your aura that you don't really want to do this, but we need
Hmm.
to cleanse you as well.
All right, you're saying I have a heavy aura? Is that supposed to be a little hint, Elba? I'm getting
Yes,
a
but
little heavy. Is that what you're saying?
no, not in that sense. No, you look perfect. It's more of like the energy that you have embodied after you joined the band with those people that you did not know. And I just feel like we have to cleanse even your instruments. I know you don't like me touching your instruments, but we have to just cleanse everything. And I studied witchcraft, so I'm able to do this.
Girl, I'm suspicious of all of this. Listen, I know I joined that band. It's a lot of late nights. I eat a lot of bar food. I get it. I'm I put on the musician 15, okay? You don't have to say it's my aura. You got to put this in spiritual language. I get it. I get it, okay?
Okay, so maybe, with the weights, the weights, you can hold the weights as I put the incense around you and you can just do some repetitions, perhaps.
Okay, so you're trying to get me to exercise by kind of melding it with this spiritual cleansing.
I know that's how it sounds, but it's really about the cleansing. And the floor, you can do push-ups, but we have to put it in your hands, like the cleansing in your hands and in your toes, and then your breath, so that when you breathe, with the repetitions, and that'll help cleanse the energy in your biceps.
Cut to a gym 6 months later. All right, Yanelba. Um, I mean, this is my first day. I've never been with a personal trainer before, but you come highly recommended. I hear you have some unusual techniques, and I wanted to try them out.
Yes, so I brought a bag that I have to go in the locker room to get, and we're going to cleanse you, and it's going to help you release a lot of the energy that you're carrying, the extra energy that you're carrying. Yes.
So is this like a colonic? Like you put water up my butt? Is that kind of cleanse?
Uh, we would have to do a consultation for that, but there is something that you have to drink. I don't call it a colonic, but we can, if that's more comfortable for you to use that term, we can use that term.
Okay. So as part of
But
this, I have to empty out my butt. That's what's going on.
your digestive system, not the butt, but the digestive system.
I feel like the
And
butt is part of it. It's part of the
yes, it
digestive
is
system.
part. It is part of it. Um, but understand that you're gonna drink it from the mouth, and it's gonna cleanse everything from the inside out.
All right. I notice in this bottle that I'm supposed to drink, there's kind of a little voodoo doll attached to it. So it seems like this is not purely medicinal.
I can see how that looks, but it's part of the entire approach. Like the voodoo doll will go inside and it will help release everything that's inside of you. But don't worry, the voodoo doll is not going to hurt you. It will come out through the butt, but it does not hurt.
All
It
right. So you admit it, the butt is involved, definitely.
Yes, I just didn't want to say it because there's people listening. But yes, it is. It is involved.
All right. Cut to 10 years later, Yanelba has become a proctologist. All right, doctor. So I'm definitely having a very specific issue that I think you could address.
Okay. I've been in this business, for 10 years now. So talk to me about it. What's going on?
Well, it involves my digestive system,
Mhm.
and I feel like maybe you should just kind of take a look in there.
Mm, So the entire digestive system or the butt?
Oh, doctor, I didn't know you used the B word here.
Well, I apologize. Um, would you want me to look at your behind?
Um, yes.
Okay, so let's get started. Usually we have somebody to come and be with us in the room. But I believe you signed a waiver that we don't need somebody to be here. So let's get started. Just undress for me, please.
All right, doctor. I trust you with b my my butt.
Behind, yes,
Yes, with my behind.
yes. Okay,
All
okay.
right,
So
I dropped my pants.
okay, I'm going to I'm going to touch your behind, and my hands are cold. They're very cold, but it's okay. It's only for a moment, okay?
Okay. Before you do that, doctor, why do you have a voodoo doll in one of your hands?
Oh, this is part of my holistic approach. The voodoo doll is going to help me understand what's going on with your digestive system. That was part of the paperwork that you signed. Um, but maybe you didn't read the fine print.
Do you think
Um,
it could help with my heavy aura?
oh yeah, yeah,
And
it's
scene.
gonna help.
All right, let's get some new words. Compliance, motorcycle, Similar. Compliance, motorcycle, similar.
Motorcycles make me think of the e-bikes that are being used in New York City that are exploding everywhere.
Yeah, tell me about it. I don't
And
know anything about this.
you don't?
No.
Oh, so there are these e-bikes being heavily used in New York City, and they're battery operated. But the batteries cannot be charged in a regular home. They have to be charged at a place where, right, it can take all that voltage.
Hmm.
But I don't know where they can do that, so they just do it at home, and they're just basically causing fires.
Okay.
And my mom has a neighbor that has an e-bike. And my mom is kind of like she acts like she owns the building. But she's more because she's trying to protect everybody and herself because right now people are just not careful. Like there was a fire right in front of her apartment not too long ago. So anyway, she saw him and she saw the neighbor with the battery in his hand and she stopped him. She's like, "Hey, uh, that you have an e-bike. Are you charging that battery in your apartment?" And then he's like, "No, no, no, I just charge it in the restaurant." So then she's like, every day she sees him, she's like, "I'm gonna have to like figure out what to do because I think he's charging it." And then,
Hmm.
I live right next door to him. So it's like I just think it's funny how she's like watching and like obsessing, but it's only to protect, you
Hmm.
know? So that's just it. The owner of the building with no title.
Cut to a bike shop. So, man, you look like you're kind of young and hip.
Yeah, I just turned 18, and I'm a cool dude.
I feel like 18 is the hippest age you can be. Like you're just officially an adult, but you're not uncool like older adults.
Yeah, man. I'm so cool. I don't want to be over 18. I don't want to be old.
Well, I got just the bike for you. You don't want one of these lame bikes that old people cycle around on, do you?
No, I want the latest and greatest.
All right, well, check out this baby here.
Ooh, I'm feeling that. Ooh, I'm gonna get all the honeys.
Yeah, you're gonna get all the honeys. This is a very special bike because at any point it can explode like a really
Oh,
cool explosion.
oh yeah. I always wanted to be part of an explosion. Yeah, I'm gonna be the coolest, man. My buddies are gonna be so jealous of me. Wait, did you say explode?
Yeah, it's gonna explode. Just imagine you make like a YouTube video of yourself riding this bike and it explodes. I feel like your view count would explode. You get
Oh,
so many likes.
yeah. I'm gonna go viral if it explodes, man. Yeah, yeah. Is it gonna warn me so I know that the camera's running?
It will give you a 3-minute warning.
Yeah, I like that. All right. And I like that color too, red. It suits me.
Right. So you just get on this bike. At some point, it'll explode. It'll look really cool. According to our data, injuries are minimal. So it's really just an aesthetic thing. You can expect to, you're definitely going to keep all your limbs even when you ride this bike.
Wow. So I'm not gonna get hurt. I'm gonna get all the honeys. My friends are gonna be jealous, and I'm not gonna get really hurt. This is the steal, man. What's the price?
It's only 199.99.
199.99.
Not even $200, man.
Whoa! Guess what? I just got a check today for $200 at my first job. I can use it. I'm getting it.
Cut to a date with the cyclist 6 months later. So, Yeah, the reason that I was really into you is I saw your YouTube video on the bike and yeah, it was just kind of like hot how the bike exploded.
I know. That's why I got the bike, you know. I'm so glad you reached out to me. You know, you weren't the first either. You
I
know, a
mean,
lot of women were hitting me up after they saw that video. Women and men.
I can imagine it's just you've got this evil Knievel energy. You're willing to put yourself at risk for the sake of a dangerous stunt.
That's right. Dangerous is my middle name.
So yeah, I just can't believe out of the droves and droves of men and women who are hitting you up that you decided to hang out with me.
Well, I like the way you came to me, you know, the way you wrote to me, and you did tell me you were interested in riding the bike, and I never heard that before. So I wanted to take you up on that offer.
Cool. Um, I made a YouTube video of myself stepping on a firecracker. And I know that's not like quite as intense as what you did, but I felt like maybe it has, you know, 10% of the erotic energy of your video.
Definitely, and that's just the start, you know. That's how it starts. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Come on, let's hop on the bike.
All right, cut to a porn shoot. All right, so we're gonna put the dynamite in the fireplace and we want our actors to fly, you know, a good 20 feet away. Listen, these days this is what everyone's into. They get the rocks off when they see explosions.
Yeah, and they signed their waivers. I mean, they signed their waivers.
End scene. All right, some random words. Our first word is random. Next word is item, and then structure. Random, item, structure.
Hmm. The only thing that comes to mind when I hear structure is, I mean, these stories sound a little bit crazy, but it's what I see a lot of. So, not too long ago, a building collapsed in the Bronx, not too far from where I live. But not the complete building. It was just like a part of it. And when you do research, you learn that these buildings are over 100 years old. And because of, I guess, the population and I guess the landlords don't have a lot of money or whatever, they can't really spend money on, you know, renovating things and fixing things.
Yeah, you can't spend
Um,
money making sure the building doesn't collapse.
right. But then what do you do, right? Because it's like you have to like move everybody out to renovate, right? Because when you're talking about structure, like the whole front of the building fell off. And it was like freaky because nobody got hurt. I mean, thank God, right? But nobody got hurt. Like right before, like some people started seeing, they started running and the
Mm.
buses started like going. But it was crazy, like to see the pictures after. Like you can see people's belongings, and it was very sad. And also, it makes you nervous because it's like, what's gonna happen to this building? Because you could already see that it's not straight. Like you can see the walls are not even. Like you can see like slowly the building is like sinking, you know?
Did you grow up in New York?
I did. I grew up in the Bronx.
Okay, I grew up in Westchester.
Oh, okay. Cool. So you've been all over. Nice.
And not to make it too dark, but building collapse makes me think of 9/11.
Mhm.
I remember I was in 8th grade and there was an announcement over the speakers and it was like all the bus drivers come to the office and that was their code for like something crazy's happened.
Oh,
And like all the teachers knew like okay, something crazy's going on. And then I remember I don't know if it was over the loudspeaker or the teacher was like, there's been a terrorist attack at the World Trade Center. And I was immediately imagining like people with guns are there. I
Mm.
wasn't thinking like a plane ran into it. But in my town in Westchester, you could see the World Trade Center.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's this like one bridge where you could see it really clearly. And so right after school, we went there to see what we could see. And I remember just seeing like smoke. It was just
Hmm.
like a pillar of smoke.
Wow.
So anyway, comedy. Uh cut to an apartment. Ay, 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 Yanelba, you ask for too much. Listen, I'm a landlord. I have lots of expenses. Oh, now you want me to keep the building upright. How am I going to afford this, Yanelba?
Well, you own like 20 something buildings all over the Bronx and you charge a lot of rent. What are you doing with that money? Like you have to fix it. These are not livable conditions anymore.
How I spend my money is my business. But listen to me, it's you tenants. You're just making too many demands. Oh, first, oh, I want there to be like an elevator, so people in a wheelchair can go up. Oh, now I got to spend money on that. And then you're like, oh, we don't want people to plug in their bikes. So I need to make anti-bike protection outlets so that the bikes don't explode. And now you come to me and you're complaining about one little building that seems like it's going to collapse soon.
One little building that's gonna collapse soon. It has over 100 people living there, and you're always complaining about things that you have to do. It's like I don't think you watch the news
I get my news from TikTok, okay?
from
Sorry, I
TikTok.
don't listen to the lame stream media.
Lamestream media. I don't understand how you own these buildings with this mentality. You don't even want to put a ramp in front of the building.
It never
You don't
ends
even
with
want to paint my apartment.
See, it never ends with you people. First, it's about, I don't want it to collapse. And then you're like, I need a ramp. And then you're, oh, I need a new paint job. It never ends, Yanelba. This is my life. It's hell. It's Yahelba because of you.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know what to tell you, but we have to get this done. You have to get this done. You need to stop watching so much TikTok. You don't if you don't want to pay somebody, then do it yourself. Use those hands.
All right, cut to some TikTokers making their TikTok. Are you a landlord? Are you sick of the lame stream media? Stop watching Fox, stop watching CNN, and you know what else? Some buildings are meant to fall. Don't worry about it. Don't you agree, my partner here?
I completely agree. The buildings are gonna fall. Just let us know when, and we will be there to shoot our TikTok videos. And you will come, and you can come too. You can be in the video too.
Yeah, that's right. If we get 100,000 views on this TikTok, we're going to choose one of our subscribers to be in our next TikTok.
That's right. And we're gonna teach you our favorite dance,
Yeah,
our favorite TikTok dance.
we're going to do dances, and there's probably going to be some funny animal things, like maybe a dog on a skateboard, something like that. And we might also give you tips for how to be attractive to the opposite sex. You're going to have to check that out on our next TikTok.
Make sure you press like and leave us a comment.
Cut to the next TikTok. Are you sick of the lame stream media? Are you a landlord? Well, listen up. You probably are looking for a landlady in your life, aren't you? So we have some tips for attracting a landlady. Isn't that right, my partner?
We sure do. And it starts with not using the money in your buildings, but using the money on them.
That's right. If your tenants are like, build me a ramp, I can't go upstairs. Fuck your tenants. You want a landlady. So take that money you would have spent on a ramp and buy some, diamond earrings or something like that. Something that landladies like. Landladies love the bling.
That's right. They're asking you to paint their apartments. You can buy the paint, but you paint the landlady's apartments. You're gonna win some points with that.
That's right. Nothing turns a woman on more than painting her apartment. I can really only think of one thing that turns a woman on more than that. You know what that is?
No, tell us.
Expo-
Tell them. Come on.
explosions. And
Yes.
end scene. All right, you want to do one more?
Okay.
It's the final scene. Our words are bargain, neglect, document. Bargain, neglect, document. So bargain for some reason makes me think of one time I was in a Walmart. A woman approaches me and she gives me some kind of spiel about the bad situation that she's in. I don't remember the details, but her spiel goes on for something like a minute about how whatever she's fallen upon hard rough times. And then after she finishes her spiel, she says, "Would you give me money?" And I said, "I don't have any cash on me." And then she says, "Oh, well, you should have said that earlier." And then she stomps off. She was pissed that I didn't like interrupt her pitch. I wasted her time.
The audacity. That reminds me of a video, a YouTube video that I saw of a woman going to a Walmart and she's sitting in her car and somebody comes up to her car, but she doesn't pull the window down. So she's just there. And then when she gets out, she sees the person again. And the person follows her into the Walmart and tells her, like, I need some money for food. And then she said, okay, I'll buy you whatever you want. And then the person starts walking around Walmart and he's getting coconut water, like the most expensive coconut water. He's getting like organic food and like all these things. And she's like looking like she's gonna pay. And it costs over like $60. And she's like in the YouTube, she's like, I'm not trying to be mean, but like he needs money for food, but he's choosing the most expensive thing. Like, what is up with that? So it's just like the audacity of people. We got requirements.
Cut to a steakhouse. Well, David, I really appreciate you willing to take me out to a restaurant for our first date.
Yes, and I'm so glad you came and I really love this steakhouse here. Um I come here all the time, so thank you for agreeing. It's my favorite place,
Oh,
honestly.
great. Yeah, your Tinder profile mentioned how accommodating and generous you are. Okay, the waiter's here. Waiter, can I get the filet mignon? I will also get the T-bone, and we're gonna get a bottle of the Chianti and a bottle of Merlot. All right, what would you want, David?
Uh we can probably split perhaps
Oh, don't
everything.
don't be so don't be so silly. You should order your own food.
Uh well actually I ate, so I'll just have a water if that's okay with you.
Okay. All right.
A water.
Okay, waiter.
Are
Um,
you going to be able to eat all of that? That's a lot of food and a lot of liquor.
I'm sorry, David. I'm getting kind of a weird vibe here. I mean, you said you would take me out, and it's in your Tinder profile, you said you were generous, so
You're right. you're right. I apologize. Is I was I'm just saving up to buy a house, but I can splurge tonight. You know, you're a very beautiful person, and in order to date, you have to spend money. So I apologize. Please forgive me.
All right. I kind of just want to clarify. So you're saving up to buy a house?
Yes,
Hmm.
yes.
That makes it sound like you don't have a house yet.
Ah, well, yes, I don't have a house yet.
Okay. So maybe you're like kind of a starter boyfriend. You're like a little fixer-upper. You're like a little fixer-upper boyfriend, I guess.
I'm not sure what that means, Rebecca.
Cut to a car dealership the next day. So for our second date, I figured we would just like, take a look around and get a vibe for each other's tastes.
Yeah. Um, yeah, the Teslas are very expensive, but yeah,
Oh, you said the T word.
I did.
Oh my God.
I've been eyeing them.
Oh yeah, I mean I love Elon Musk.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, he's so rich.
That he is. You love, I've been seeing a trend that you love money. You interested in money.
Hmm, I don't really know about that. I just feel like if you were able to make that much money, you must be a talented guy.
Interesting. Money equals talent. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But anyway, you know, I'm sensing you're a really talented guy.
Yes, I am very talented.
So,
I'm investing,
ooh,
on the Bitcoins and stuff. So,
ooh, that's so volatile. Um, Maybe you could channel some of that talent into that red Tesla over there.
okay. I
Okay,
mean, okay,
I heard an okay.
you did. I've tried to be more risky. And I like the color red, and I can take some money out of the Bitcoin. I do have some money.
All right, cut to 6 months later. We get out of our red Tesla. So I've been taking a look at this property here, David. I guess you could call it a mansion. But
Mm,
it's more of like a starter mansion. It's like a fixer-upper kind of mansion.
mm, mm.
But I know how you love to have your man cave, and that this house is 12 bedrooms, so you can have all the man cave you want, David.
Wow, Rebecca, you really outdid yourself this time. This is this is the most expensive area in New York.
That's right.
It's not even on the map. It's so expensive.
Yeah, it's a hidden corner of Westchester that nobody knows about.
Okay, and I guess I've been doing really well on the Bitcoin. Let's take a look.
I mean, look at it. It's beautiful and I want it. I don't know if any further argument is necessary.
Rebecca, so we're getting married? I mean, I would have thought we would have went to see the ring first, but
Oh my God, is this a proposal?
I guess.
Oh my God. Where's the ring? Where's the ring? I'm sure it's a giant rock.
Oh, Rebecca. I wasn't planning to do it right now, but okay, let me see. Let me go back into this. It's in the Tesla. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
back. You ready?
yeah.
Will you marry me, Rebecca?
Oh my God. I will totally marry you after you lose a little bit of weight. Your aura's kind of heavy. End scene. She was a real mean woman, wasn't she?
She is what we called Chapeadora,
Ah,
the Dominican term for a gold digger.
okay, okay. All right. Well, that is going to conclude this episode of Makeshift Play.